Nine trucks, nigga. Back the fuck up. Got this flows heated up. Know you heard about me from the streets. They know I'm a god of luck. Don't nobody move, blood's been shook. When I step in with the bar, seems like it's took. It don't matter where I'm at, not track something. Gonna get that paper stacking like Amazon's nothing. Bank rolls on point, got your wife twerking. I stand for justice, blood the police lurking. This ice on my neck, got all the ladies murking. Always do it big, can't even take a chill pill. Bank rolls high, can't even see my bills. Diamond rings on my fingers, never quit to compare them from the concrete.
Peace, peace, family. Thank you for joining me again today. I go by the name Nitrex. And today's topic is about sex. Oh yeah, we going there. Sex, you know. When you're younger, sex or the feeling, once you hit a certain age, that feeling is everything. You know, you're trying to get that feeling, you know. I know I did. Once I bumped into that feeling, I just needed it. No one told me about the feeling, you know. Not even school, even though they had sex education. They didn't say anything about the feeling, and at the time I was growing up, I don't believe there was YouTube. I think it was, you know, another MySpace. And back in the days, there wasn't no YouTube. There was like other social medias, MySpace, you know, back in the day, social media stuff, etc., etc. So the way I found out, you know, was a surprise. I can't even recall. But no one told me about it, and I know no one is telling or was told. Majority of people wasn't told about it. They had to just stumble over this. And of course, like I said, when you're younger, you just need that feeling. And that feeling was everything. And as you grow up, you know, you get persuaded to stop using the righty, right, for the men, and go out there and get the real thing, right? You get convinced and persuaded that the real thing is better. And then you go out there, you get the real thing, and you got to really do some work here. You know, you got to do a lot of, you know, your stamina got to be, you got to be, you know, kind of a professional, you know what I'm saying? You got to not only make yourself have that good feeling, but you got to make the other person have that good feeling too. So it's like, it's like getting that good feeling just for yourself, but now you got to get the other person to get the good feeling, you know, when it's both. So, you know, it's a work to be done. And as you grow up, you know, you indulge in it, and it's fun, and you know, you in it. you know, it's, you know, it's a beautiful thing. You're just out, you know. And then after a couple of years pass, after a couple of backstabbings, and after a couple of throwaways, and after a couple of, you know, life circumstances, you start dwelling. When you're by yourself and you're sitting down after you've been cast away, and you say, sex isn't everything, you know? No one in my circle of life didn't tell me that money was everything here. You know, that feeling through the, you know, the Humpty Dumptys, you know. You could get that feeling without the other. And actually, you could get that feeling without getting brain freeze. Jeez. That feeling could be even better, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you don't need the other person really, because you can do it all by yourself. So things started to, manifest, things like, that doesn't even matter. And in today's world, 2024, they really throw it out there. The woman's, out there, now, twerking, and, the guys, I don't know what the guys does. I don't really watch. I just watch the moments, they really putting it out there on TV and everything. And it's, it's a beautiful thing, the woman's, twerking and all that stuff. But it's not everything, No, I personally can do without, the other person. I have finally realized that feeling been the best for me, Don't know why I did that snapping stuff. I guess to see my ring. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jumping off a topic, sorry about that. So we're talking about sex, right? Sex is too overrated. Sex isn't everything when you grow up. Sex is everything when you're younger, though. It's the world. It's the universe. You got to have that feeling. But as you grow up and you mature and you've been stabbed in the back, you finally realize I could do it by myself. You know what I'm saying? And that feeling will be 10,000 more. Now you only have to make yourself feel that feeling. You don't have to work. Blood, sweat, and tears to make the other one feel it too, you know what I'm saying? As a man, you don't want to feel before she feel, you know what I'm saying? You want her to feel first, you don't make her going into too much details, but her first and you last. So you got to last until she, do whatever she has to do. And that's a lot of work. And I'm a professional. That's what she told me. I could have been a porn star. I could have been somewhere out there. Jeez, what I'm talking about. Peace and wisdom. Thank you for joining me today. The topic is about sex, too overrated. Kids out there, listen up. Sex can destroy your life. Yeah, oh yeah. Relationships can destroy your life. Stay to yourself. Work on yourself. Feel good by yourself. With the other person, a lot of bad things can happen, I don't have to explain. Look at everything that's going down. The thing about man is that, as you can see in this world, they're all going down from sex. Sex is involved. And that's how they're taking themselves out. Look at P. Diddy, look at R. Kelly, look at Bill Cosby, look at... You see? Sex is dangerous. Sex is dangerous. It's a beautiful thing, but dangerous. It has a twofold. It's two-sided. Everything is two-sided. Yin and yang out here on this earth. Everything has a good side, and everything has a bad side. Sex is too overrated. Young kid, 18 years old, if you're watching this. Your best friend's right here, Your best friend is right here. Don't need her. She's going to come with many problems. You only want to deal with your own problems in this world until you're able to deal with another person's problem. You don't want to have problems financially, mentally, or whatever, and trying to jump into another person's problem. Now you have to deal with your own problem, their problem, and I don't believe it's going to work out. And that's what happened to me. I have my own problems. I've been persuaded, folks. I've been persuaded to do the things, and everything was going well. Of course, it was my fault. And the next thing you know, everything crashed. And it's not the first time it crashed. Second time, but there won't be a third time. I refuse. Not happening. Like my last video, we all strangers. We are not connected forever. Once you stop thinking about that person don't exist anymore. At first, you're hurt because, the sex and, everything was fantastic with this person. And after you break up, that's what you think about, all the loss that's going to happen. And then after a few months, years, you finally realize, I could do without that person. Matter of fact, I was in that person's life. I made that person's life better. How about that? Right? I made your life better. How about that? Peace and wisdom. Jumping off a topic, though. I'm way off a topic. So if you're watching this video, understand that feeling is just for seconds. Count it. As I dwell, I counted that feeling, and it was like 5-6 seconds, 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds. And then you're back to normal. Then you're back to, you just wake it. You're just like in the trance, and now you're like, oh my God, where am I? Where am I? Peace and wisdom, it's not about that. You see, young kids out there, 18 years old, older, who's watching this video, it's not about that. It's about the money. Get your life together. This world's going to be throwing that at you. Your family's going to be throwing that at you, to try to convince you that this is what you need. This is what you got to get. No. You don't need that 1,000,000%. It's going to come your way. But focus on building your life here. Financially, mentally. Focus on yourself. That feeling you can do with your friend, your friends, friends. That's by your side 24/7, every day. Where am I going with this? Where am I going with this? Sex is overrated. But as I dwell, sex still compels. It's that it starts right here. The feeling starts. It's like when I go to the store and the female says, "Hey, can you buy me something? Hey, can you take me grocery shopping or whatever?" It's that feeling that's might be able to persuade myself to get some of that, Cookies. That feeling is, still. And then guess what? After you do whatever, grocery shopping, clothes, or whatever you do for her, you do it with the urge of the feeling of, getting some eventually, and then it may backfire. It may backfire. Jumping way off topic, I don't even know what I'm talking about. Peace and wisdom. Thank you for joining me today. Stay blessed. Stay holy, stay out of trouble, stay out of jail, stay working on yourself. And remember, sex is overrated. Sex will take you down. Sex will destroy you with another person. The other person will going to destroy you. Not with your friends. Your friends is not going to destroy you. Sex with the world will destroy you. So don't think or pay attention to sex. Pay attention to upgrading your life. Sex will come, but upgrading your life is the first priority. All right, I'm out. Peace and wisdom, connections. If you're out there, hit a brother up. Trying to find financial freedom. We both. Financial freedom can deal with, can become financial freedom. One hand helps the other. One back washes the other, or whatever. However that goes. I'm out. Peace.